everyone, my name is Billy Sheehan. I'm playing bass with the Winery Dogs. We're here at the Winery Dogs camp, the dog camp. Basically my bass, where it all starts from, is 2 pickups and an output for each pickup. Pickup volume tone output, pickup volume no tone output. Those are the 2 bass tones I have. One is super deep low end, just kind of like a sine wave without much character or note content to it other than the basic root. And then the other one, now you notice there's not much low end on that, of course, because I get my low end from out of the second pickup. What this enables me to do is to mix on the bass, like if I'm doing like a quiet part and then I need to more articulation of it. Whereas with the low end now, when I do that, it's the reason why the intricate lines on a piano are usually done with the right hand, because the higher frequencies are a little clearer note to note, where the lower ones tend to mush together because the waveform is longer. So generally on the bass, if I'm just doing regular normal bass, they'll both be up. If I'm going to be a little articulate, I'll pull the low end down. If I just want to pound away with the bass drum without much attention on the note, I'll pull the high part of it down. So I can do all that on the bass. And I plugged into a bunch of amps. Basically just 2 amps. This and this. Hartke HA5500 runs the higher sounding pickup, higher in frequency. And LH1000, just 1,000 watts of pure muscle. No master volume, no nothing. That does all the low notes. Each one, this may sound like an oddity, but the higher frequency ones, those are all through a 15-inch speaker down here. This isn't plugged in. 15-inch down there. And the 410 cabinet here is what the lows are plugged into. Sounds backwards, but for me, I get a better low end response out of a cluster of those 410s and the little phase variants that happen between them. It's a warmer low end sound, and the high end coming from 15. We have all the surface area of the speaker kind of softens out the harshness of that, so it's not too shrill and bright and driving you crazy. So prior to the amp, of course I'm wireless. I'm using a Line 6 wireless, not even the most expensive version of the mid-price version, and I've done it in India, in Russia, in China, in South America, all over Europe, all over USA. Never a problem. The Line 6 stuff is just great. It's digital, wireless, and it's awesome. It sounds great, low maintenance, no maintenance, and it just has never gone down on me. It's fantastic. Up here, if you want to bring your camera in a little bit closer, basically I got a little signature pedal from EBS. What it does is it allows you to ghost in to whatever level some distortion. So you get a clean bass, bring this knob up, this distortion happening without losing the original clean signal. Some of the little bass distortion boxes, sometimes I put like a balance control on there. And I always had a problem with that. I'm not sure they're all wired this way, but I had a problem with that because when you turn one up, you turn the other down. This way your clean is always right there. There's a clean, my clean normal bass sound, and if I want the distortion to come in, the crazy stuff. Now, what I have in this pedal, there are loops. So the clean tone can have its own loop, so you can add whatever you want to the clean tone only. The distortion side has its own loop. What I put on the distortion side is an on-off switch, an A-B switch, where B is nothing and A is something. So if I'm playing distortion, I want to clean it up. Like that. So that's basically the main part of the tone that I'm getting is coming from that. Out of this box, I go into this great MXR compressor, which is a true 5-knob compressor. Guys in LA are asking the company to put Canon connectors on there and using them in the studio. They're really a great, effective pedal version. In the loop of the clean of this pedal, pretty complicated, I have another pedal. And what I do with that is I add a little bit of distortion onto the clean tone so it isn't completely sterile. And it actually has a little bit more personality to it. So that's it with signal chain 1. Signal chain 2 is this pickup into the octave bass. On, it just gives me even down to a low A. It tracks great all the way down. I try to stay away from anything below that low A note because it gets a little funny, but it's one of my favorite octave boxes. I prefer this one. It's very nice. This goes into another one of those compressors and into the amp. And I left another thing out. At the end of after this compressor, I'm actually going into a crossover. What's this doing? Taking all the low frequencies out of this tone. So if you really want to take a lot of them out, there's nothing. So what I do is I take it down to around about 200, 250 cycles. Everything below 250 cycles is gone. Because remember, I'm getting all my low end from the second pickup. So I don't need that. So it helps keep things real articulated. When you take the low end out of it, it's just a little. You can try it yourself. Just plug into any amp, turn the low frequencies down. Just use the middle and the treble and see how you can get chords on the bass. You know. A lot easier to articulate chords when you don't have a lot of low frequencies there. But that's one tone. You can also do it with low frequencies, but it's a different thing. So that's basically it. For years, since the early days, I've been using this double pickup thingy. So it's become second nature to me. It may throw you at first when you try to do something like that. You can approximate it really easily by just splitting your output and go into 2 amps and EQing them differently. EQing one a little high, and put any effects you're going to do on the high one. EQ one low, and that's where all your beat is going to come from. Or you can even use a crossover, split it up. Highs go to one amp, lows go to another amp. When you look at your home stereo or a PA system, you always see tweeters and woofers. There's a reason why they split frequencies up, because when you're trying to get so much out of one speaker or one transducer, sometimes it overloads it, overtaxes it. When you start splitting frequencies up, they don't have to work as hard and you can get more fidelity out of them. That's the principle here. The only other aspect of my rig I have is over here. It's kind of in the dark, so it might be hard to see it, but I got basically a little MIDI setup and a sound source. It's a Roland Sonic Cell, which is just a sound source. It does a synth, piano, strings, all kinds of sounds. A thing that's changed programs. And it all is because of this thing out here, which is the Keith McMillan 12-step. Which I'm very, very pleased to have been a part of its inception. Suggested something like this to Keith McMillan, and he made it and did it better than I could have ever imagined. And basically, it's just to add more deep low end when you're ending a song. Big low. I've set for like a grindy B3 with a subwoofer underneath it. When we do the song Regret by the Winery Dogs, Richie's playing the piano. He comes off the piano to play guitar for the solo, and the piano, of course, goes away. So what I do is I go to number 12, it's my piano sound, go over to here, go to number 2, which is the chords I programmed in, because you can program chords in this, and then I can do the major, minors, suspended, whatever chord voicing you want, you can program into it. So when he comes off the piano, I can now play the chords here. While I'm playing bass behind me, he can do a solo, and it works out really well live. KeithMcMillan.com. That's go to his website, check out the videos. Great, he makes some other great stuff too. But this is fantastic. And that's about it. That's my gear rundown. We use in-ear monitors. We're able to mix them. Each guy has an individual mixer here by himself, so you don't have to even travel with a monitor guy. It's so convenient and wonderful. Our front of house engineer Jerry set all this up for us, and that's about it. That's the rig. All Hartke amps, EBS pedals, MXR pedals. All my power powered by the Voodoo Lab pedal power thingy, which works great. My Yamaha bass, my Rotosound strings, my DeMMa pickups, my Line 6. So I endorse it because I love it and I really use it, and I'm confident in explaining to other players that this will serve them well. So I hope you enjoy my little rig rundown, and I hope to see you on the road very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and take care of yourself.